there are some people in this game that are worse. The ones that go, oh, I made this. This is mine. This is my deck. You did not have a say in it, all right? And these people exist in all TCGs. Today's discussion is brought to you by one of those people that triggered me into making a video talking about this. Show some love on the video so that we can talk about how deck ownership is one of the dumbest things in the universe. Now, there's a difference between giving credit for somebody's work that they've come up with, put a lot of time into it, and then there's just being plain wrong. Let's dig on into this, shall we? Today's video, and ever so loving part that has inspired me to make this, was from my recent Vanguard video. Oh, I love this. So we uploaded this video on November 28th. Alright, that's cool. You scroll on down here to this comment. My friend invented that deck, who was the winner in Vision. Now, I just want to bring this up for a little bit. Let's come on over here to the Vision Cup result, shall we? Okay. August 9th, which means that this event would have been played on that morning. So on August 9th. Alright, hey look, this is pretty much what I was playing. Alright, some changes, sure, yeah. And then we come on over here to August 6th, where we were actually playtesting that as well. Well, now hold up here. How could he have invented this deck if we were playing it before he did well with it? That's because somebody else on Twitter released the concept in their list, in which we got the idea from in the first place, that inspired me to want to build this deck. But no. Explode's friend down here, who must be a time traveler in some paradigm here, is the one that has made this deck. Down here we tried to explain that a few people were like, no he didn't, and then he was like, oh yes he was, I can tell you about him, he's on my team. What do you mean? Your Vanguard team, don't you know? And I was like, hey, we've been playing this deck since 3 months. Your friend won the Vision Cup about some time ago. This deck originated in Japan. It was like, he played the deck before Soen came out, even in Japan. He's played OG Blade Master before Soen came out. I don't see Japan or you using the OG Blade Master, but my friend made this deck. Good for him. I'm saying my friend invented the deck, that's all. Deck ownership, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I get that there are a lot of crayons on the internet. Being just plain ignorant to the fact, trying to not give proper credit. As you see, knowledge is a pleasure in this game. I think you guys will notice a lot of the time when I network with other channels for Yu-Gi-Oh! Trying to mention in the profile, this came from here. Alright, this is where this came from. Alright, this was posted on Carlancho Star. This came from X and X person. Alright, sourcing and information. I'm not always perfect at it. I suck 95% of the time with this. But claiming that you are the sole owner of this, you're the one that came up with this, is the dumbest crap I've ever heard in the universe. Nobody cares, alright? I'm going to be honest with you guys out there, alright? Let's look at the metagame, shall we? For those of us that have recently been seeing, hey, Virtual World just came out. Alright, that's cool. OCG was playing the deck for a while. Alright, well, we come to the Luxury Games Tournament. Oh, everybody's playing it all of a sudden. Skip ahead 3 weeks later. The deck is now meta. Nobody's quoting back to the original sources anymore, but he's like, hey, the deck's tier 1. It's, once that knowledge circulates, and people become more well-versed in the what's it called? The game, the deck, whatever it is, nobody gives a crap. All right? I'm sorry to tell you that. All right? And then there's this fleeting ignorance that I see on the internet. Everybody... The part that I love, and this constantly happens all the time, you've always got one person out there that'll come to me and go, hey, I came up with this really cool combo. And they explain the combo to me, and I'm like, oh, I got bad news for you. So-and-so already has talked about this. And like, no, they didn't. That's impossible. I made this myself. And humanity as a whole has to understand that you, right here, me, I am not the only frickin' person in the universe. Alright, there's an old saying a long time ago, it's probably wrong, but there's at least 6 other people in the fucking quantum verse here that have the same thought as me, alright? Just because I'm sitting here going, that's a really good deck idea, doesn't mean that little Timmy over in Europe right now just didn't have an epiphany on the same idea. Now, it's not always true, alright? But with how advanced our community has become as of late, come on, guys. You can't just come up with this, I made this insanity, when you got other people over here. That's what I always hate. I understand. I've seen this too throughout the years. This isn't something that's new in card games, all right? And people really get peeved off when you prove them wrong. You're like, well, you see, you weren't the only one that had the idea of this deck. And that's one thing that I always like. Knowledge is something I enjoy sharing, all right? And if I see something cool, I want to share it with people, all right? I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to make this deck profile. We're going to talk about this because who cares if my crap version of we'll use gadgets, for example, here, right? So I play gadgets. The deck does horrible, all right? I upload my profile. Little Johnny over here ends up seeing the list, and he modifies it to his liking. You know what he does? He goes to an event, and he does well with it. Wow, I did my job. I shared the information that I had. Somebody else took that concept and evolved it into a banger. But you know what? Nah, it doesn't matter. All right, everybody else with the same thought process as you doesn't matter. All right, every other person in the world is completely useless according to some people, and I hate it. I really do. It doesn't matter if you slap people with this thought hey, I uploaded this before you. It just sounds like whining and nagging at this point. I'd like to prove people wrong. It's always hilarious. All right, no idea is original in this day and age. All right, we live in the internet. All right, like you can be pooping and making a crazy video, and you know what? Somebody else might have done the exact same thing as you. They might have pooped and made a video too, and all of a sudden, theirs is more popular than yours. Or I mean, you might have came up with a concept for copyright law, blah blah blah, patents. Things like that. If you wanted to follow that train of process, if you go prove that you made an idea before somebody else, you go to apply for a patent, there's an entire wide spree of tape you're going to have to go through to prove this. Also to prove the idea is not stolen. So, little subtopic there for that. So, outside of this, please stop freaking saying that I made this. This is mine. You don't matter in the universe. I, as the only person that exists in the quantum verse here, I don't care about your mother. I don't care about your brother. I don't care about your uncle named Russ. I don't care if you guys tested this deck 3 years ago. I don't freaking care. I made it. It's mine. What are you going to do about it? Oh, nothing? Nothing? Because it's the internet? Yeah, that's what I thought. If I had $1 for every time, actually, if I had a nickel every time I read this dumb crap on the internet, I'd be rich. And no doubt to my mind. And we wonder why we make fun of stuff like this. It's crazy stuff like this. I remember back in the days of Pojo forums where people were like, stop doing this, I made this. And it's like, dude, no you didn't. Somebody over on Duelist Grounds has been testing this like 2 weeks before you. No, they weren't. You linked them to the thread. No, they stole my idea. I'm like, what kind of time-traveling paradox-looking face do you have right now? I really hope that you're a time traveler so that you can just... Imagine being a time traveler and you're just going around telling people, no, I made this. This is mine. Nope, you're wrong. Nope, you didn't make that. You hold the key to quantum entanglement, teleporting through the space-time continuum, but nah, you too dumb over here. You telling people, nah, I made this. What a frickin' time to be alive, man. This completes my stupid subtopic rant. I'm tired of seeing stupid comments like this. I'm never gonna stop. But Man, they make me just want to make videos. Alright guys, screw this, I'm out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCall40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCall40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcallgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.